Welcome to lesson number 15 of Mukhtasar al-Qudoori. Okay, so al-ma'u, we've done this before, it means water. Al-jari, this is ismul fa'il, which has the meaning here of flowing. Okay, to flow, flowing. Waqa'at, we've done this before, means to fall into, is feminine. Najasa, we've done this, impurity. Al-wudu, we've done this, means ablution. Lam yura, is not seen. Yura is originally yura, and then the lam al-jazima is added on, and now it becomes lam yura, is not seen. Athar means sign or trace. لأنها, because it refers to the najasa. لا تستقر, تستقر, استقر يستقر, this is a verb and it comes from the bab istif'al, and it has the meaning of remaining, to remain, to reside, stay. Okay, to remain. Ma'a jariyan, jariyan is a masdar, and here it has the meaning of to flow. Okay, to flow. Al-ma means water. Okay, so that's the explanation of the text. Right, let's look at the grammar now. So al-ma here, okay, this is mawsoof. Al-jari is the sifa. Now, the rule is that the sifa takes the vowel, okay, of the mawsoof. Copies the same vowel as the mawsoof. However, this word here, because it's naqis at the end, okay, it has a ya at the end, it does not take the vowel. Okay, vowel does not actually appear. Vowel not visible. So because the vowel is not visible, then we say al-ma'ul jari instead of al-ma'ul jariyu. Al-ma'ul jari, flowing water. Idha, when. Waqa'at, okay, so all of this, idha waqa'at fihi najasatun, this is the shart. Okay, waqa'at fihi najasatun, najasatun, okay, this is the fa'il of waqa'at. So when waqa'at falls into it, najasa, impurity, into it, into what? The he dhamir of he, fihi, actually goes back to al-ma'ul jari. When impurity falls into it, into the ma'ul jari, then what's the jaza? All of this is the jaza. All of this is the jaza. Right, so jaza becomes the verb, the fi'l, madi, past, and the wudu is wudu'u, because this is the fa'il of jaza. And this is what is jaiz. Jaza, what is jaza, what is permissible, it's the wudu. Minhu, from it, again it goes back to join there. إذا لم يرى, when لم يرى لها أثر. Okay, لم يرى لها أثر, this is a fi'l. Okay, fi'l مضارع, however it's present tense, but it has the meaning of past because of the idh, or sorry, lam. Lam has given it the meaning of past. Laha, for it. It here, laha, actually goes back to najasa. Okay, laha atharun, and the naib fa'il of lam yura, what is not seen. Atharun is not seen. Atharun. So that's actually the naib fa'il. Remember, majhul does not have a fa'il, it has naib fa'il. So that's the naib fa'il of lam yura. لأنها, لأن, okay, this is anna, ha, it again goes back to the najasa. Right, لا تستقر, لا تستقر, this is a fi'l, this is a feminine, okay, present tense feminine, and it actually, the fa'il of this is here, which goes back to najasa, okay, impurity. Ma'a, this is mudaf, and jarayani is mudaf ilay, and then this becomes mudaf as well, and this becomes mudaf ilay as well. So that's why you give it a kasra. So all of that, okay, is connected with the fi'l. Now, all of this sentence, alright, is actually, this is the mubtada, al-ma'ul jari, and then all of this would be the khabar of it. Okay, so the ruling of ma'ul jari is that when impurity falls into it, wudu is permissible from it when traces of the impurity are not seen in the water, because the impurity doesn't remain with the flowing of the water. Okay, now let's look at the lessons we learn from this. Okay, here Imam Qudoori wants to explain about a masala, which is the masala of flowing water. What's flowing water? Flowing water is basically like a river, anywhere where water is flowing from one side to the other and it's not stagnant. Okay, so what this basically means is, let's say we have 2 points over here, and let's say we have between them we have a river that's flowing. Okay, so you have your river that's flowing across, all the way across. So the flow of the river is this way, and in the middle we have, let's say, I don't know, we have a person who is urinating, okay, into the river. Okay, so a person is urinating into this river, and urination has gone there. Now the ruling is that you are allowed to perform wudu from upstream, okay, where the water doesn't flow. So the water is flowing this way, it's not going to flow, the urine won't flow this way. So over here you can actually perform wudu, it's fine. But the question is over here, okay, after the urine, okay, are you allowed to perform wudu here or not? So Imam Qudoori rahimahullah says, as long as you can't see any traces of urine or impurity in the river, namely smell, taste, like we mentioned last time, taste and color, if you can't see these three things in the river changed or affected by the urine, then the wudu is fine. Okay, that's fine. Otherwise you won't be able to. Right, and that's the ruling. Now that's basically what Imam Qudoori wants to explain, that flowing water, when impurity falls into it, wudu is permissible from it, as long as traces of the impurity are not visible, are not seen, and that's because the impurity doesn't remain with the flowing of the water. Right, now this is the basic masala. However, there is an issue with if it's not mentioned really here, but there is the issue of if the impurity, okay, the najasa, is solid. Okay, then what? Or if it's a solid impurity like dead animals. So let me give you an example. Like over here, you have a picture of, dead animals. These are all dead ducks. You can see over here, dead ducks in the water, and these are impure. Okay, because they died without the proper method. So because they're dead and they're in the water, and the water is actually flowing this way, okay, so the water is flowing this way, then the question arises is about the permissibility of performing wudu over here. Are we allowed to perform wudu over here? So the fuqaha say if the impurity is solid, then you cannot perform wudu from the area which is immediately after the dead animals. So this Qudoori text, the fuqaha say, is actually referring to liquid impurity. Okay, impurity which is in the form of liquid. I hope that makes sense. Jazakumullah. Welcome to lesson number 16 of Mukhtasar al-Qudoor. Right, so Ghadir, this word Ghadir, it means pool. Al-Azim means large. Alladhi, which. La yataharrak, this is a verb from the bab taharraka, yataharraku, taharraka yataharraku taharrukan, harakaf, which means to shake or to move. Ahad, is one, means one. طرفي, this is actually dual of طرف, and it's طرفين plus the hu. And we've done this before, يديه, رجليه. Okay, the noon is cut off, and it becomes طرفيه. بتحريك, تحريك, we've done that. It's the masdar of masdar. Actually, this is from the bab. حرك يحرك, تحريك. الطرف, side. الآخر, other. وقعت, we've done this before, it falls in. أحد, we've done that. جانبيه, جانبي. Again, it's like طرفيه, it's dual originally. جانبين, which means two sides. Plus who. Okay, so it means two sides. نجاسة, we've done this, means impurity. جازة, from جازة يجوز, which means permissible. الوضوء, we've done this. جانب, we've just done this over here. الآخر, other. الظاهر, apparent. Okay, ظاهر means apparent. أن النجاسة, نجاسة, then this لا تصل, this is from وصل يصل. Okay, وصل يصل, it means to reach. Okay, to reach. إليه, to it. And let me just clarify these damirs. So إليه actually إليه actually goes to جانب الآخر there. And طرفيه, okay, so طرفيه, it means it goes to الغدير العظيم. And جانبيه, again it also goes to غدير العظيم. Right, so that's the explanation of the words. Let's look at the grammar now. Right, so غدير, okay, this is the موصوف. العظيم, this is the صفة, موصوف and صفة. الذي, this is موصول. Okay, and you know every موصول requires a صلة. So all of this, like I'll explain in a bit, will be the صلة. يتحرك, this is present tense. Okay, present tense. أحد, this is the فاعل. Okay, the فاعل of يتحرك. طرفيه, right, طرفي is actually طرفين, and then plus the ضمير, and the rule is that when the ضمير is attached to a dual or a plural, the noon gets cut off, so you're left with طرفيه. And these two are مضاف and مضاف إليه. Okay, so that's why you have it in the مجرور state. با بتحريك, حرف الجر, and this is also مضاف. And الآخر, oops, jumped a spot there. Okay, بتحريك طرفه, this is the مضاف إليه. And here, okay, الآخر, this is مجرور because this is a صفة. Okay, this is the صفة, so these two are actually because they are صفas. Okay, صفة موصوف. Okay, this would be the موصوف then. صفة موصوف, and then that would be the harf, the majroor of tahrik, connected to the ba, etc, etc. Now all of this, right, all of this is actually, let me just show you first of all, a bit easier. This is all the sila, that's all the sila in purple, and this is the we call the Mosul, and then all of this all together becomes actually, it becomes, because it's gonna go, is the mubtada. Okay, so all of that is the mubtada, and the khabar, like you're gonna see in a bit, is gonna be all of this. All of this will be the khabar. Right, so let's remove all that. So إذا is shart. Okay, this is comes for a shart condition. Okay, وقعت, this is فعل ماضي, we've done this before. The fa'il is here, najasatun, and sometimes this happens the fa'il. Okay, sometimes it's mentioned later on in the sentence. You don't have to worry about that. في حرف الجر. Okay, give a kasra. This is mudaf. Hence, this is going to be mudaf ilayhi. And so the same rule as tarafayhi that we done over here is going to apply here as well. Okay, same sort of rule. Jaza. So then all of this becomes the shart. Okay, the fi'l and the fa'il and the harf al-jar and the majroor, all that become the shart, and the jaza is all of this. So we have jaza fi'l madin, it's past tense, done this before. And wudu, this is the fa'il of jaza. Okay, min is harf al-jar, it's going to give the kasra over here. Akhari, kasra over there as well. And this is because it's a mawsuf sifa, like we said before, just like this over here. Okay, same kind of principle, mawsuf sifa. Li'anna, okay, anna is going to give it the ism of fatha, so this is the ism. Okay, and then the khabar is all of that. So we have the ism is this, and the khabar is all of this. That's all the khabar of anna. Okay, so let's check it out. Anna is okay. Anna حروف كان وأخواتها. Oh, sorry, not كان. إن وأخواتها. Yep, it's إن وأخواتها. Okay, so that's because of that. Fatha is given to the ism. This is an ism itself of Anna, and then all of this would be the khabar of this one. So it's khabar inside. You know, that's something where sometimes a student can become very confused about these things, but once you get the hang of it, then you understand how structures can be found inside of structures themselves, like I'll show you after I've completed this. Right, so la tasilu, this is from wasala yasilu. Okay, and this is present feminine. Okay, F for feminine, and the fa'il is here, which actually goes back to najasa. Okay, najasa. And ilayhi, right, ilayhi, we have this ilayhi, to it, like we said before, goes back to janib al-akhar. Okay, la tasil ilayhi. Alright, so how does this work? So let me just choose appropriate colors here. This would, okay, first of all, all of this is the khabar of najasa, and then all of this, okay, becomes the khabar. So let me just do that, all that one color. Okay, all of that becomes the khabar of zahir, and then all of this, okay, choose another color here, become the jaza of idha, and then all of this another color, it actually becomes the khabar, oops, too far there, all that becomes the khabar of this, and all ghadir al-azim, all of that becomes the mubtada. Okay, so hope that that clears it up. Right, let's look at the lessons that we can learn from the text. Okay, here Imam Qudoori, what he wants to explain is the ruling of a large pond, a large pool. Okay, so what's the ruling if you have water which is in the form of a large pool, and some impurity falls into this large pool? Does all the water become impure? Okay, so is it impure or not? Yes or no? So here's the issue with regards to that. So here Imam Qudoori has actually mentioned a principle according to the Hanafis, and this is the principle, right, which is that a large pool is actually something which if impurity was to fall into it, right, then the water itself has to be looked at. Okay, so if the large pool is so big, right, it's so big that the one side of it, side number one, okay, if you were to shake the water over here, the ripples of the water would not be able to reach the other side. Okay, this would be called or considered to be al-Ghadir al-Azim. Okay, where if water was to be moved over here, okay, that's movement. If there was movement on one side, then the effect of that would not cause the other side of the water to shake. Okay, this is al-Ghadir al-Azim, like I said. So the ruling is this: if impurity was to fall into the water, so let's say, for example, impurity fell there. So if impurity fell there, then you are technically allowed to perform wudu from this side. So from this side, you're allowed to perform wudu, and the reason for that is because the movement, okay, of the impurity, because the ripples and the waves can't move, then it means that the impurity would not be able to move very far. So it would stay really kind of restricted around that area, and so this area would be considered to be clean. That's the theory behind it, that a large volume of water, if impurity falls on one side, then you're allowed to perform wudu on the other side. Now let me give you a few, I found a few clips, okay, that can show you how exactly what a large pool is, what a small pool is. Okay, so here if you notice, you can see little kids playing in the pool, and as they are moving around, the water, the ripples, they go everywhere. So if impurity, let's say for example, let's say impurity was to fall in this area of the pool, then you would not be able to perform wudu from the other side of the pool, and that's simply because the impurity would be able to reach there. Okay, here's another example of a pool, and if you notice, okay, this is a large pool, this is a pond actually, and what happens here is, if you notice, the ripples, they actually go out and they don't really reach the other side of the pool. Okay, so because of that, if impurity was to fall somewhere around here, then it'd be fine, according to the text, to perform wudu from somewhere on the other side. Okay, so if you notice, the ripples, they move, okay, but they don't get very far. So that's basically what Imam Qudoori wants to explain to us in this mas'ala. So let me just translate this. So a large pool which one of the sides does not move when another side is moved, when impurity falls in one of the banks or one of the sides, then wudu is permissible from the other side, because apparently the impurity does not reach it, i.e. the impurity does not reach the other side. Hope that makes sense. Jazakumullah khair.